So a new Wonka film was announced today, and you know what? I am proud of this because I am not the only person to notice the company behind it and really what this company is doing when they're going in and they're trying to erase this person's work. And as far as that notion there, the erasure of his work, you can bank on that idea. In fact, you can bank on me saying that because you know what? We've seen exactly what they did with another movie. We've seen how they reacted. And remember, we're not just talking about Warner Brothers themselves. Oh no, we're also talking about the company that owns TMZ. But hey, we're not supposed to know that. Also remember, this company, they've been telling a lot of people, as in millions of people, you know what? You can't go out and you can't do anything about this. So yeah, let's talk about this move. Let's talk about some of the people that have been discussed in this. One, Ezra Miller, for example. Yeah, let's get started. What a mess. What a mess indeed. So hey there to all you wonderful folks, I hope you're having a pleasant afternoon because today, you and we are returning to that wonderful, wonderful world of headlines for a headline that I think says a little bit more than I really think people are noticing. So first things first, as I was saying previously, a Wonka prequel has been announced. Pretty much everybody and their mother has picked up on this story as far as mainstream outlets are concerned, with a release date set of 2023. Now in this discussion, of course, you're going to have a discussion of stars. Who's going to actually be involved in this? Who has been Willy Wonka previously? And is anybody actually going to pop up in this movie? See, I realize that we're talking about a prequel, so Johnny Depp is obviously not going to be the lead, but the whole point in going in and remaking something is to have financial success. And if you look back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from 2005, that's the one thing that you get from this. This thing, it was a financial success. See, if you look at the production budget of this coming in at $150 million, you basically need to make twice that to go in, account for advertisement and on. This, it not only makes twice that, it goes beyond. Worldwide box office, it comes in at 3.2 times the production budget. And remember again, this is 2005. We're talking about a different landscape. We do have giant blockbusters out there, but for a movie like Willy Wonka, I mean, look at these numbers. Domestically, you're talking about $206,459,076. Internationally, they pull almost $270 million at $269,366,408 for a worldwide box office push of $475,825,484. I mean, that in any scope, that is a huge, huge success. And you'd want to link back to that. And the one way to link back to that, of course, would be Johnny Depp. Unfortunately, in the case of Johnny Depp, there's something else at play. Basically, it doesn't matter how much money he's made them. They pretty much announced that. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter what proof he showcased. There's something else happening behind the scenes. You can tell that, and you could especially tell that on November 6, 2020. Remember, too, we're only talking about a few short months away. So when this pops up right after that, all of the moves for erasure, oh yeah, like I said, you can bank on it. Let me read this too. In light of recent events, I would like to make a short statement. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who has gifted me with their support and loyalty. I have been humbled and moved by your many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, this is very important when you consider who's in charge of this. I wish to let you know that I've been asked to resign by Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers came in, contacted behind the scenes, and said, yeah, we're going to drop you. And when you're talking about other roles, they would drop him as well. You know that they would. But resigned by Warner Brothers for my role as Grindelwald, fantastic beast. And I have respected and agreed to that request. Finally, I wish to say this, and it goes on from there. Sincerely, Johnny Depp. Now remember, and I like to drive this point home, this is a person with 9.3 million followers. That's right, 9.3 million. And when you look at the interaction on that one specific post alone, you have 3.1 million people liking and 215,000 comments. Now, to truly really put this into a marketing perspective and to say what kind of impact that Johnny Depp has, I want to read you something here. This is about like ratios. What is a good like rate on Instagram? Instagram engagement rates are actually declining for everyone, and they have been all year. Right now, so you're talking about right this moment, a good engagement rate is about 1 to 4%. So that's 1 to 4% of your audience, but the average number has been hanging around 2.4% early this year. So with regard to Johnny Depp's post here, again, the average person, if they're doing great, they get a 4% haul. This guy, for his like ratio alone, he gets 33%. If you look at the comments here, the comments are the average for likes. He gets around 2.4% of his audience commenting there. This stuff, it's unheard of. Basically, it tells you that he has engagement. He has engagement above and beyond. Basically, he could sell, but it doesn't matter to Warner Brothers. So yeah, them locking him out this way, what do you think they're going to do to any kind of movie that comes up? Now, what makes this even more insulting are some of the names that have been coming up. Because you have Warner Brothers, of course, talking about having their eye on either Tom Holland or Timothée Chalamet. I mess up his name a lot, so hopefully I got it there. But if you see other names that have come up, they came back from that 2018 report. They're still tied to some products there. You have Ryan Gosling, you have Donald Glover, and then you have Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller's name still comes up. Ezra Miller is still attached to things like Fantastic Beasts. And yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about there, you should look up Ezra Miller. You should see his engagement with fans. You know, him putting his hands on them and on. But of course, that's a different story, right? Now, you and I were going to look up some reactions and talk about this a little bit more, but before we do that, I want to reiterate this point, too, that I talked about at the beginning. That's the fact that Warner Media also owns TMZ. See, if you look at TMZ, you have to remember they're one of the places that not only, quote-unquote, broke this story, but if you look at how many millions of clicks they got off of this story, yeah, they would have been liable just like a certain UK company would have been liable in 2020. So I don't think they were willing to sever things right until then. After they felt they were free and clear, though, why did they have to hold on anymore? They didn't. So they cut that tie. Millions of people, they spoke out about that too. But hey, that didn't matter. That didn't matter at all. As this article keenly points out, fans of Depp, of course, are not happy about the prospects of Depp no longer playing Wonka's role in the film. And you know, people do understand. Again, this is a prequel. But understand the companies behind this. These companies making moves like this from November the 6th to right now in the middle of January, you're talking about people that are saying, hey, we're already getting blowback. Why not get rid of this guy? Why not get rid of his legacy? And you know what? People don't really like that at all. Y'all know that without Johnny Depp as Wonka, no one's going to watch this, says one person. Here's another person. Can Disney and Warner Brothers stop trying to erase Johnny Depp's work by hiring other actors to play his roles? Jack Sparrow, Grindelwald, and Willy Wonka are his. We don't want and won't be watching anyone else. Willy Wonka is Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp is Willy Wonka. This is how much he did it right. Now, as far as those comments are concerned, too, that is just a small, and I do mean a very small subsampling of what's going on social media. Right now on Twitter, you have this trending. It's trending in 3 locations that I know of. It's trending in the United States, trending in the UK, trending in Canada, with tens to hundreds of thousands of people actually discussing this subject. But then again, Warner, they don't care about numbers. They don't care about the potential ramification that this stuff has. If they did, this number right here would matter. 1,795,543. What does that number mean? Well, that number is currently how many people have signed off on one Change.org petition. That's counted, one Change.org petition to remove a certain actress who shall remain nameless from Aquaman 2. And remember, that's just one thing. It doesn't count all the people that go out and speak to this. It doesn't count all of the bad press that's been going around. Yeah, and this is a company, again, that is $152 billion in debt. See, in my opinion, what we're seeing here is damage control of a sort. See, Warner Brothers, they're pretty much admitting, again, this is my opinion based on everything we've seen, everything going on behind the scenes, all of the rumblings and on, is that Warner Brothers knows that they messed up. They know that they damaged brands, not one brand, but multiple brands. And that name, if it carries forward, it will always work against them. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to purge that name, and they're trying to purge it in short succession, within a few months. They figure, the modern customer, they have the attention span of gnats. They could go in, they can feed you headline after headline, and yes, there may be noise, but that noise, it'll die down after a time. So yeah, you see this stuff, you know what's going on, but a lot of people, I'm sure, will deny it, and a lot of people will say, well, that's a problem, but indeed. Don't be like that. Make sure when you see this that they don't get away with it. Make sure that you're vocal, very vocal about it. And you can be vocal with your voice and your wallet too. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. As always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff possible. Can't do it without you, so thank you. If you want to check out the channel and help it out in other ways too, we could always use help as well. Check out our links in our description. We have Patreon, PayPal, memberships, merchandise, and of course our lovely comic book. The comic book, it shuts down at the beginning of the month in February, so if you want to get involved before it does that, check it out. That's alternative, basically trying to go in and do something that's not mainstream anymore. Having fun? Yes, check that out. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you, and we will see you soon.